Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the court of the Edijester. How are we, everybody? Had a fantastic time yesterday evening with the Warrior Teachers, the original group, those who founded the programme. Fascinating look at the Hanoverians, the Victorians, and management techniques post-war, which was we're examining where this all went wrong. We're examining how has this woke nonsense infiltrated and trying to understand how organisationally it all went askew. Very exciting. We're halfway through year 3, so I'm chipper this morning. Chipper, that's the word I'm going to use because it's so lovely to see them. And it's also lovely to be talking to you again. I've got a great one here. This is just utterly extraordinary. But before we start, do become a Warrior Teacher. Come and join us. We're beginning 4th week in April. So I'm going to put some stuff out about it later. You'll see it floating around. Other than that, settle in, grab oneself a cup of coffee, and let's take a look at the situation that we find ourselves in here, where an NHS trust is trying to shut the public out of a trans tribunal in secrecy row. From the Telegraph, from Simon Johnson on the 9th of April 2025. NHS trust tries to shut public out of trans tribunal in secrecy row. Health Board urges judge to consider restricting tribunal live stream to journalists only. It's just extraordinary. This is like, it's like Canute, silly Canute. Canute. Do you remember the king who sat in his chair going, no to the sea? No, do not forthcometh. Like a fool, right? Silly Canute trying to hold the tide back. This is exactly what this is. Oh gosh, blimey, these citizen journalists, they're a bit of a problem, aren't they? Oh no, the public might know what we've been up to with public money, as we're a public service. No, that can't possibly be allowed to happen. That's what's going through the mind of these people? I find this extraordinary. I find it absolutely extraordinary. NHS Trust tries to shut public out of trans tribunal in secrecy row. An NHS Trust is trying to shut the public out of a tribunal about a transgender doctor being allowed to use a female hospital changing room, the Telegraph can reveal. Again here, this is the case of Sandy Peggy, who all of my listeners will be very familiar with, as we've covered this before. It just keeps giving us more juicy things to get ironed about. And this is one of them. NHS Fife has asked the judge overseeing the landmark case brought by Sandy Peggy to remove public access to an online live stream of the tribunal's proceedings. The board told the Telegraph it wanted to restrict virtual viewing of the tribunal so that only journalists could watch it when it starts in July. Absolutely extraordinary. NHS Fife said the first stage of the tribunal was marred by technical issues and interruptions from public observers watching online, which it said caused significant delays to proceedings. Now, this is interesting, isn't it? They're talking about this as if it's from a technical point of view. From what I remember, there were some issues, but they weren't major. And this is part of the modern day now. Have you not noticed? I mean, even us as Warrior Teachers, yesterday, two having a job getting in. The WhatsApp groups are going off. I can't get in. We have this sort of thing. We live with this sort of thing. When I was teaching the NHS and using, Teams and all that type of stuff to do it, we had problems. This is just part of modern life. It'll get better as time goes on. But what they're saying is, because of that, we need to stop citizen journalists, because I'm going to use that term because it's very important. Citizen journalists, we're going to stop them from getting involved. The board has also asked for a ban on an open justice campaign group for posting live social media updates about the case on X, formerly Twitter. What are they afraid of? What is it they're hiding? What's going to come out? This is just great, isn't it? It's great. It's like the sun slowly rising over the horizon, and it's just illuminating all of this crap. I mean, look at Labour with the row over the child abuse investigations. Sunlight is the best disinfectant in the world, and I suggest that NHS Fife, like very, very many other people involved in the system, and it seems to be the left that the most upset about this, get used to the fact that we're about to expose everything that's going on, because the public will no longer be in the dark. This is what the democratization of information and knowledge is doing. We're seeing an opening of a very dark room, and the public are able to see the behaviour of some of these people, and this is one of those behaviours. Thinking that it's okay to say to the public, yeah, it's probably best if you don't know. It's all right, love, look the other way. It's just absolutely extraordinary. But Miss Peggy's supporters attacked the deeply cynical move by NHS Fife and argued that the tribunal should be available for all to watch, given the considerable public interest in the case. Although they acknowledged there were technological challenges during the first stage of the hearing, they argued these could be easily resolved by preventing online observers from activating their microphones or cameras. This is true. It is literally a click to stop that from happening. There's no need for anybody who's watching to have access to a microphone or camera because they're not involved in the case. They are purely observers for open justice. But it is literally a click. They could set that up technically. This just has to be done by the court. The Tories accused the Health Board of secrecy over the tribunal and of trying to find any excuse to keep it out of view from the public. I'm really pushed not to agree that that is what's going on here. It's utterly extraordinary. Utterly extraordinary. I think whoever wants this should be named. Right? We should be named. Find out who's really attempting to make it happen. Judge Sandy Kemp will issue rulings on both NHS Fife's applications at a hearing being held behind closed doors on Tuesday next week. NHS Fife accused Miss Peggy of misconduct after she had challenged the presence of Dr. Beth Upton, who is a bloke, in a female changing room at Victoria Hospital in Kirkcaldy. It's not a trans woman, the Telegraph, it's a bloke. That challenged the presence of Dr. Beth Upton, a bloke, in a female changing room at Victoria Hospital, Kirkcaldy. So once you start doing that, once you just forget all the trans nonsense, all those words, it's just a bloke. At the time, it was not possible for Dr. Upton to hold a gender recognition certificate. It makes no difference. Meaning the medic was legally male. He's not legally male, Telegraph. He's just male. But the doctor claimed during the first stage of the tribunal to be biologically female. A doctor who's a bloke thinks he's biological. Oh, the AGP is strong in this. And is that right? Is that what it is? I don't know. Is it? In May last year, Miss Peggy submitted a formal complaint to an employment tribunal against NHS Fife and Dr. Upton for sexual harassment, belief discrimination and victimisation. The nurse complained of being required to share a single-sex space with someone she believed to be male. She didn't believe it. He is. And being victimised for holding a gender-critical belief that biological sex is immutable. It's not a belief, it's a fact. It is immutable. It's just like, how much longer is this nonsense going to go on? Do you know what I mean? How much? Come on. How much longer? It's utterly surreal. Last September, NHS Fife and Dr. Upton sought an order to hold the tribunal in private and prevent the publication of the doctor's name, citing concerns about the medic's health and safety. Rubbish. It's not, in women and the few men like me who are going around, hurting people, is it? It's Upton's crew. It's the TRA nut jobs, isn't it, that's doing it. He's not unsafe. What's he unsafe from? Why is he unsafe? What are these women going to do? I was very, very unsafe. They were stood in a group shouting truths. It's just terrible. The judge already directed the grounds that the issue involved were of legitimate public debate. And open justice must be held. A live stream of the tribunal, which started on February 3rd this year, attracted huge numbers of public observers. But the viewing system that was used was similar to that in a conference call. This meant that these observers that failed to mute their computers and microphones or switch off their camera, really? Is this what you're going to talk about, Telegraph? Really? What it should say is NHS Fife uses tech issues as an excuse to try to suppress free speech, particularly that being practiced by Tribunal Tweets, who bring a fantastic service to the public and citizen journalists. That's what it really should say. Shouldn't it? That's all it needs. NHS Fife don't want you to know shit. It's absolutely extraordinary. Go read the rest of it, because it's really interesting. Really interesting. But, I mean, they've got, in one example, a woman who logged in could be seen in her drying her hair. I mean, this happens, It's just, don't give them a camera, don't give them a microphone. You can do it. It's just a click. That's all. They just haven't done it yet. There's more to read. You can read it on the Telegraph website. Please do go and have a look, because I think it's just incredible. They want to stop people like Tribunal Tweets getting to know what the story is. They've actually specifically asked, if you look here, the board has also asked that the judge revoke permissions for a group called Tribunal Tweet to post live updates about the proceedings on X. Our NHS Fife said they'd found inaccuracies. Well, it doesn't say it's accurate. It says it's doing what it can. It's doing its best it can in terms of citizen journalist. But they've said they want to revoke Tribunal Tweet's permissions to live tweet proceedings on the grounds that the reporting must be fair and accurate. I want to know what those inaccuracies are, wouldn't you? At any rate, go and have a read. I'll see you later. I've got more warrior teachers to teach, and I'm very excited. Bye-bye, everyone.